And now it's the all-electric Humdrum with Molly.
And thank you, Gavin. OK, you just saw Ultravox with We Came to Dance, and watch out for that one. And there's a possibility of them touring here, not perhaps later this year, but early next year. First of all, congratulations to Real Life and the boys over there for achieving a national top 10 hit with Send Me an Angel. I think it's a great record and deserves to be right up there in the top 10. And I think it's great for a young group like themselves, a new group, to do such great business on the charts. Well, folks, here it is. We talked about it last week. Here is Malcolm McLaren's Ghetto Blaster. And have a look at this. I don't even know how to turn it on, but believe me, it does work. And I don't know if you've been missing an aerial lately, but there are so many aerials on that. So and you can honk the horn whenever you're walking down the road and you sort of think that the pedestrians are going to get in the road. It's got everything. That is part of the first prize for the Flashdance write-in competition. And we also, well, I'll tell you about that after we go to Gavin. Gavin will give you all the details and question too. So it's over to Gavin.
Thank you, Molly. The competition is open to everyone, whether you're a dancer or a wallflower like me. All you have to do is answer 3 questions correctly, and we'll give you 1 a week. Here's last week's question again. Name 2 international female artists appearing on the Flashdance soundtrack. Now, for this week's question, Irene Cara sang the theme to another hit movie soundtrack 4 years ago. What was that movie? Now, don't send in your answers. Wait for entry details next week with the final question. Back to you, Molly.
OK, thank you, Gavin. I don't know why he called himself a wallflower, because I believe the weather girls are dying to meet Gavin. Oh, hush thy mouth. All right, listen, back on the serious side, I spoke to Iva Davies earlier this week. Icehouse are actually in London now. They were in Edinburgh earlier this week. They just finished a gig with David Bowie, and they were totally blown out, because not only is the Bowie concert just a fantastic concert, as Iva said, and said that he's on for 2 hours, but they're going over really well themselves. But the big surprise for Iva was when they were in Europe, he went to Paris, and he just couldn't believe that all these radio DJs were there to meet him. And the reason being is that Hey Little Girl has shot into the French charts. In fact, next week it could go top 10, so that's great news for Icehouse. And talking about Icehouse being in the UK, let's have a look at the UK top 5. All right, number 5 is Wham with Bad Boys, and they're doing great business on the UK charts. Number 4, it's the first week in Flashdance, What a Feeling, Irene. Number 3, David Bowie with China Girl, and David's just absolutely slaughtering on the English audiences with his act. Oh, Rod Stewart with Baby Jane. Lovely fellow, Rod. And number 1, Police with that great song, Every Breath You Take. And I won't even try to pronounce the album, Synchronicity. Oh, I got it myself. Oh, Gavin, I'm as good as you. All right, there you go. That was the English top 5 for this week. And I promised this person I wouldn't let out this secret, but I can't keep secrets. There is a group coming out in about 4 weeks' time, 5 weeks' time. For 2 months they're going to stay here, an English group, and they're going to mix their album here. Now, I'm not allowed to mention who they are. They are, in fact... Anyhow, one of the members is called Nick. The other one's called Simon, and that's about that. So they're out soon, so get ready for that. Let's dance up the US charts. I think I'm in a lot of trouble. Let's have a look at them now. The US charts. Number 5, David Bowie with Let's Dance. Oh, it's going everywhere, David. Number 4, heading for number 1, Police with Every Breath You Take. That's going to be number 1 within 2 weeks. Number 3, great song this. You saw it earlier on, Eddy Grant with Electric Avenue. Number 2, could go to number 1 next week, Culture Club with Time. Best singer that's emerged for the last 2 years, I reckon. And number 1 for the 5th week, 6th week in a row, Flashdance, What a Feeling, Irene Cara. And what a great song that is. Wait till you hear the 12-inch mix of that. It is absolutely something else. In fact, it's one of the best 12-inch mixes I've heard for quite a while. All right, talking about charts, if you remember about 3 or 4 weeks ago, we caused a bit of a fuss because we thought that our chart was a bit sus, so we decided not to continue with our chart anymore, and we asked you to write in until we found a industry chart that Countdown could accept. Well, folks, here it is. It'll be out in your shops, in the record shops on Monday, right across the country, and here is the official Countdown chart. It's been endorsed by the entire recording industry in this country, and so there it is, the official top 50 singles, top 50 albums, and underneath here you've got the top 10 in New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, South Australia, Western Australia and Tasmania. As I say, it will be in the record shops right around the country, so watch out for it, the Countdown chart. Now, one little number you should watch out for. He trekked across China. I'm talking about Sharon. I mean Elton. He trekked across China just recently. And would you believe, number 6 on the British charts this week. He's got a song that he first released there, not I'm Still Standing, but that's what I call the blues. It was filmed by our own famous Russell Mulcahy, who's up in Broken Hill at the moment doing his own film Razorback. I'm waffling on. Here is Elton John with a great song, a great film clip off the album. That's what I call the blues. Mr. Elton John.